game, top of the ninth. High fly ball, right field. Acuna back on the track, at the wall. See ya! A grand slam for Grisham. And the Yankees have come all the way back, and they take a 12-8 lead.
Well, tonight was the good, the bad, and the ugly for the New York Yankees in Atlanta with a big win and a Trent Grisham grand slam. But if you were watching this game earlier, you probably turned it off when the Yankees were down 5-0. Well, that's where I come in. I got all your highlights and the Aaron Boone press conference on this huge win for the New York Yankees. New York Minute. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts.
Because that's how you win ball games. Tonight, the Yankees took the Braves out into deep waters. They were down 5-0, and you thought the world was collapsing again with Jazz not covering second, with Warren not covering first. Warren punching the dugout tonight, Jazz getting into an altercation. It looked so dark, folks. But you know what they say? It's the darkest before the dawn, and the Yankees found the light in Atlanta tonight. Trent Grisham with a huge grand slam for the New York Yankees, and this is a victory you can build on, just like the Seattle victory they had when they were down 7-0 at Yankee Stadium before the All-Star break, when they thought the Yankees were going to turn the corner, and then they lost to the Chicago Cubs. So the Yankees seem like they get off to starting good, and then they get knocked back. And then they start doing well again, and then they get knocked back. So hopefully the Yankees can find some homeostasis right now. And tomorrow's game is huge. Marcus Stroman must give the Yankees 6 innings at least. And I know I'm delusional right now, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Marcus Stroman can give us 6 tomorrow? Because he's going to have to. If they want to save this bullpen for one of the biggest series of the year in Toronto next week, because we do not see the Blue Jays a lot anymore with the way the division is set up, this could be the last time we have a crack at the division this year. It's all on the line, and as Aaron Boone would say, it's all in front of us, folks.
Mentioned some of those great at-bats. Anthony Volpe with a big night offensively, ties a career high with 4 RBIs, 2 home runs in this one. Just what was different about his approach tonight, and could a game like this kind of get him going a little bit in the batter's box?
Yeah, I hope so. Look, even like you go back to last night, really smoked the ball in the gap that Harris makes a good play on him, had a walk.
Anthony Volpe has been hitting the ball really well since the All-Star break, and a couple of games before the All-Star break ended. If you look at his numbers, he actually had a couple of good games hitting, and then they took the break. I remember saying to my friend that, this is the worst time an All-Star break can happen for Volpe because you're going to have 4 days off. But maybe the mental space, maybe the mental clarity, getting away from baseball for 4 days, turning the phone off for Anthony Volpe might have helped, because he looks like he's level at the plate. By the way, what's the Buffalo hit it to Buffalo thing? That's totally over my head. I completely missed it. Let me know in the comments below. I don't know everything, but I kept hearing him, Anthony hits it to Buffalo. I don't know what that means. Is it means that Anthony's not hitting ground balls anymore? I don't know. Let me know. And please inform me. I learn from my followers as much as I learn from watching the Yes Network and Michael K.
I feel like over the last week, once a game, twice a game, he's hitting some balls on the screws. Even, the sac fly, is almost another homer tonight. So I feel like he's been better over the last week of games. I know we're off, but weeks worth of games where maybe he hasn't been rewarded a lot. Tonight, hit him where they can't catch him. So,
there is such a thing in Major League Baseball as bad luck outs. Juan Soto was leading Major League Baseball in the first 3 months of the season in bad luck outs. That ended, and you see what Juan Soto's doing now.
Excited for him, to have a big role in it offensively for us. And, obviously a lot of other guys too.
What's going through your mind when Grisham makes contact there in the ninth with the bases loaded?
Kind of. Did he?
I said the same thing on my Instagram channel, New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN. I go, did he get it? Did he get it? Did he get it? That's what I like to say, apparently, when somebody hits a home run. I can't control what I say or how I act while I'm shooting video at Instagram. But he said the same thing. I was like, did he get it? Because the way Trent hits the ball, he golf shots these things, and it had a low trajectory. And with that brick wall in right field in Atlanta, it makes it a little bit hard as the viewer to see where the ball's going. And especially with Acuna playing all those tricks in right field, you have no idea where the ball's headed.
I wasn't sure, but I kind of felt like, and I saw Acuna running at it like he's not going to get that thing. So just a great at bat. I thought the swing before that he had was really good, and almost clipped him the swing before. But yeah, Grish had some really good at bats tonight too. Obviously, that being the capper.
What's his offensive production meant to this club? Yes.
I mean, he's such a good player. I mean, I think if you're looking and breaking them down this year, what you've watched, just the quality of at bat, the ability to work a walk, a tough at bat even against lefty when he's left on left.
I have been really tough on Trent Grisham. All right. His play in the outfield, I'm not a big fan of. I know it's Gold Glove caliber, even though he's ranked the 11th best center fielder in the American League and 23rd in all of baseball. But that's neither here nor there. It's just a matter of that he's not the future of this team. He's a little bit older. He makes $5 million a year. He's a fourth outfielder. And for a team like the Yankees, who don't think guys are getting better, they don't think that guys get streaky or hot. They get lucky. And if you look at Trent Grisham's season, man, it all just points to just one hot season, and I don't think this is sustainable. I hope it is. I'm not rooting against Trent Grisham. I'm saying that right now. I am not rooting against this dude. I'm just saying the Yankees are caught in between a youth movement and mixing in their veterans, and I would like Jason Dominguez in that spot tonight rather than Trent Grisham, but I was wrong. Aaron Boone was correct. Brian Cashman or the computer in the room or whoever makes the lineup was correct, and I was wrong tonight.
The power has obviously been there, and the production and the ability to really go get it in center field, in and around nursing a little injury here these last couple of weeks. So he's been huge for us. You trust him in big spots to have a real quality at bat, regardless of result.
Aaron, did you see out of Warren tonight?
Man, it was really good until it wasn't.
Will Warren, she asked about, and he said it was really good until it wasn't. Now, that's the way it's been with Will. If you look at Will Warren, he has the stuff, okay? He leads rookies in strikeouts. He leads the major leagues in strikes thrown this season. But that can be a good and a bad thing. The one thing I've noticed about Will Warren is he's not throwing, he's aiming. And for the people that don't know what that means is when you see a pitcher in flow state, they're just dealing. They're thinking and they're reacting. Will Warren's trying to hit spots, and when you try to do that, your balls wind up going right over the middle of the plate, or your breaking balls don't break. And that's what you've been seeing from Will Warren. But the one thing I got to give Will Warren is the best ability is availability. With Garrett Cole going down, Will Warren had to come up this year and help this team out. In all intents and purposes, he should still be in AAA. And when Schlittler came up, that should have been Will Warren. So he still had half a year of production that he needed to do. But guess what? He's doing AAA right now at a major league caliber on the main stage, and he knows he's going to get his dick knocked in the dirt, and he goes out there every single day, and that shows me mental fortitude. That shows me a bit of grit and toughness. He was a knucklehead for punching the dugout today, and we got to see if he hurt his hand because he was checking out that hand afterwards. But it wasn't too bad, so we'll see what happens. But listen, Will Warren is the least of my worries on this team. I know he gives up 5 runs. I know he's been struggling, and maybe they got to sit him or let him miss a start just to recalibrate him and work on some side sessions. But do not give up on Will Warren. Do not throw away the baby with the bathwater, folks. Right here, New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN. Let me know in the comments, do you think Will Warren's the real deal? Or do you think I'm delusional, and do you think that he's not going to be a pitcher for the future for the Yankees? Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe and like, guys.
He gets 2 quick outs there, went in the 4th. Baldwin hits the double off him, fine. Kind of loses it a little bit with Murphy where, I felt like some non-competitive pitches there where he walks them. And then he pulls a heater down and into Albies and then just couldn't recover, So, a really good night kind of got away from him pretty quickly there with 2 outs and nobody on in that inning. So, glad everyone.
But that's just going to come with maturity and experience for Will Warren. I think next year you're going to be looking at this guy. He's going to have a 3-something ERA, and in positions like this, when he does go blow up, he's going to be able to make it through the rotation or the batting order, about 3 times. Listen, the Yankees could not put guys away today, and Will Warren was part of the problem, but the bullpen too. Jonathan Loáisiga shot. The Yankees were really relying on this dude when he was coming back, and he has not even been close to his old form. I don't know what is going on with Jonathan Loáisiga. But guys, do not give up on Will Warren. I still believe in him, and this is where he's showing toughness by showing up every night and performing for the Yankees.
Was able to pick that up and, get past it and get ready for his next one.
What's going on between Jazz and the Braves bench?
I'm not entirely sure. But
all right, so what they're referring to is Jazz tonight was chirping like he usually does, and you can see when Jazz was chirping at me on my comments section in New York Minute for about a month and a half, where we even spoke on the phone at one point. Yes, this is not made up. We spoke on the phone. I put the recording and the audio on New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram, but he just asked him about Jazz Chisholm and what happened tonight. And Jazz was going like this. He said that a manager in the dugout was pointing towards Jazz's head saying, I'm going to throw at him. But he was going like this. Come on. But Jazz was all over the place tonight. You could see it again. He was getting into it with the umpire. He's been lackadaisical since the All-Star break. He moped to first base. He didn't cover second base tonight. And then he's chirping at all the managers. Listen, I understand. Even Joe Girardi said on the broadcast, you know what, Jazz, it's time to turn the page. I could imagine what Joe Girardi would have to do putting up with Jazz Chisholm. But let's see if this is a telltale thing. I'm going to play this. Let's look at Aaron Boone's body language when he speaks about Jazz and this experience tonight, because is this business as usual? Is this Jazz being Jazz, or was there a reasonable gripe to Jazz's beef, or is Boone like another goddamn Jazz question?
Didn't get ready for his next one.
What's going on between Jazz and the Braves bench?
I'm not entirely sure. But I know they were saying some things that will probably be looked at and should be.
You seem to hit him in the head. That's what they were talking about on TV.
Yeah, there was some. I don't know exactly what was said, but they were talking about stuff like that. Yeah.
What have you thought of the bullpen's production over the past?
Yeah, Boone's not the guy. He's not going to ruffle feathers, but that's when, he takes his guys' backs all the time when they're doing poorly. But, if I was the skip, I'd be like, listen, man, any of those managers in the dugout next door want to think that they're going to play beanball and want to throw at them, just try to play me. See what happens, okay? That's what I would tell them. Because once you're doing that to one of my players and you're going like this, but you got to remember where it's coming from. Is it coming from a reliable source? I said Trent Grisham should work on his batting order. He proceeded to go heavy in my comments in the paint for about a month and a half. Would not stop. So I don't know if he's got an easy trigger with his temper and that he can easily be put off, because obviously he can.
Well, obviously losing Cruz was a big blow for us. I do feel like Wee's really starting to throw the ball well.
The bullpen's hanging out by a thread, guys. They are just the MASH squad. They are hurt. They're suffering. They're sucking wind right now, but they're getting through it, man. Boone is trying to juggle a million plates at once with this bullpen. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below right now. What do you think is the biggest problem with the Yankees right now? Is it the bullpen? Is it the batting order? Is it starting pitching? Or is it the management and Aaron Boone? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm thinking it's partially lineup, and we definitely know it's the bullpen because it's been real tough.
Devin's in a good place. Timmy Hill's been excellent, largely all year. And, Lowe, it's been Lowe and Hammy. It's kind of been a mixed bag. And, those are two key guys for us that we got.
Lowe and Hammy, Loáisiga and Hamilton, he is specifically calling out, and they have not been what we need them to be. They've been great the last 2 years. Loizaga a little injury prone, but he's all over the place, man. He's good for a run every time he comes in. And Hamilton yesterday with the starter, I think that was partially Boone's fault for putting him in a bad position because you have Efros, who was a starting pitcher at one point, and then you put in Hamilton to lead it off, who's been dog shit all year. I don't know if they put him in because he was bad. I know that sounds counterproductive, but it's baseball in 2025. So who the fuck knows?
You gotta, get a little more consistency out of.
Do you feel like it's been tough to get outs in the middle innings before getting to?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and look, anytime you're going to the pen in the fourth and the fifth, and obviously yesterday you're going the whole way. It's a challenge, especially against the team that's going to swing the bat. So, we gotta get get a little healthy down there and have a couple guys step up and emerge for us in some roles, and then obviously get hopefully as we get this next turn through where we get Schlittler back in and Fried back in, where we start to get some.
Okay, you see this? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, it's the merry-go-round of baseball. You just see what he said. You got to get this guy healthy. He goes, Weaver's going well. Williams is going well. We got some guys' bats heating up. So you start to see this start to percolate a little bit here. You got Belly who's hot. Judge is starting to take a little bit of a climb. So you have a team that's percolating here a little bit. This all hinges on tomorrow, guys. If they go out, Stroman gets nailed up in 1 inning and he's out of the game in 2, you can throw this whole fucking game out. Because then you're going to tax the bullpen, and we're going in Toronto, and we're going to be beat up. I'm looking at the calendar right now. Yeah, we're going to be beat up because the game's on Monday. So there isn't a break. Usually they have off on a Monday, and the game isn't. So tomorrow is a huge game with Stroman going. The $18.8 million man paid more than any NHL player, the highest NHL player in NHL, and he's our 6th starter, and he can't even pitch more than 3 innings. So I hope Head Tattoo does well tomorrow, and the Yankees did well tonight. Boone is all smiles, everybody's happy, and make us happy here, and we hope we make you happy here at New York Minute. And don't forget to like, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and go to New York Minute. That's NEWYRK MIN on Instagram to follow all of my rants, all of my reels, and all of the craziness that is New York Minute. And remember, it's New York Minute. It's New York sports for New York nuts. And if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.